Good afternoon everybody and welcome to another video. Today I'm doing a Q&A, but I thought I would do it in a different kind of way. My mum again actually suggested this idea. I feel like at this point she needs her own channel because she's banging out the ideas for mine. No, I told her that I wanted to do a Q&A and she was like, why don't you do it a bit different? So she came up with the idea that I asked you on Instagram, what would I do if, and you finished off like that scenario. And I thought that was a really good idea. So that is what I'm gonna be doing today. If you can hear the wind in this video, oh my God, I'm like actually hoping you can hear that because it is so windy, it's ridiculous. But hopefully my microphone is gonna only pick up me and not like that noise. We will have to find out. So the first one is, what would I do if I only had 1 year left to live? Now I hope that's not the case, but you never know what's gonna happen to you. So I would get my album finished specifically for my mum because she loves my singing. So I would want that to be done. I would hope that my house purchase would go through so that hopefully my mum and brother could like move down here and live in that. I think that they would both thrive down here, especially my brother. So I would want that to be a thing. And I would just live every day and stop caring. Like if I knew that I only had 1 year to live, I'd be like, sod it. Let's go on every roller coaster. Let's go to Disney. I would just live, I guess, which I should apply to my actual life instead of being like, I don't want to do that. I'm scared. That's kind of food for thought. What would you do if the internet was banned for the next year? I would get a singing agent and apply for like back-in singing jobs. One of my absolute goals, I've said this before, but it would be to be a singer on Strictly, like to be heard but not really to be seen. I like the thought of that. That kind of sums me up. Like I want my voice to be heard but I don't want you to look at me. It's like me in everyday life. Yeah, that's what I'd do. I would get a singing agent and go to all the auditions and hopefully get some sort of job. I would love to voice cartoon characters or Disney characters, like a Barbie sort of character that sings or a Disney princess that sings. Can you imagine them making a Yorkshire Disney princess? That would be unusual. What would I do if I was at my ideal weight? That's a good question because my weight is the thing that stops me doing everything in life, literally everything. In fact, I've turned down 2 opportunities recently because I don't want to go because I don't want to be looked at. And I know that sounds ridiculous, probably to some people. I am going to be going to therapy for this because I do think I have quite bad body dysmorphia, but I can't really diagnose myself with that. But yeah, basically throughout my day-to-day life, my weight controls the way I see myself the whole time. So if I was at my ideal weight, which I have been at before, it's not like a myth. Like some people have an ideal weight and then they just want to lose more and more. That's not it for me. Like I do have a comfortable weight and I'm so confident at that weight. So if I was at my ideal weight, which hopefully I will be getting back to this year at least, I would buy myself a new wardrobe of clothes that actually make me feel nice. Because right now I might be in this jumper, but I would never wear this out. I literally wear leggings, a black like long sleeve gym top and a black coat on the daily. I don't wear any colour or anything when I go out. So I would buy some sort of wardrobe that makes me feel nice and I would go and do all the things that I've been putting off, like go to auditions, go to events, go on holiday. Every part of my life is controlled by my weight right now and I'm gonna sort that out this year. This is the year to sort it out because I cannot live like this anymore. What would I do if I only had 24 hours left with my voice and then I would lose it forever? This is like an Ariel scenario. I would get my bum down to Alex's studio and record all the songs that I've yet to record. That's what I'd do. And then I would have some sort of music to listen back to and for my mum to listen to and be like, I could sing once. If you could change anything from your past or your family's past, what would I do if I could? I would change the school that I went to. I think that is the root of a lot of my problems because I did get so bullied and I did have the choice to, I think I had the choice to go to a different school. It was like a private girls' school or I went to a public school and I chose the public one. And that is where I think all of my issues have stemmed from. So I would like to go back and go to the other school and see if my life would be any different. That would just be really interesting. What would you do if you found out you were pregnant tomorrow tomorrow, I would be really happy and really excited. And it's so weird because I used to say in videos like all the time, I do not want kids. I have no interest in having kids whatsoever. And then in the last year, it's all I can think about, like becoming a mom. I think I've realized what I actually want to accomplish in life now, whereas I was always so confused and like really career driven. And I still am career driven, but there are some things that I thought I wanted that I don't want anymore. I think once I've kind of realized and accepted that, the thought of becoming a mom has just been on my mind 24/7. So I would be absolutely elated if I found out I was pregnant tomorrow, which there's absolutely no chance of that happening because, well, for one, I'm on the pill. What would you do if somebody offered you £1 million but you could never speak to your loved ones anymore? I'd be like, no thanks. £1 million does not come close to having my mum in my life. What would you do if Nelly would sadly pass away? I'll be shocked if I make it through this question without crying, because I have nightmares about this. I have nightmares that I've left windows open, which I don't do. I don't open windows because he's an indoor cat and he has no interest in going out. I have tried it. It's not in him to be an outdoor cat. I have nightmares that I've left windows open, that bookshelves fall on him, like when I'm out of the house. There's a fire in my flat and nobody knows that I've got a cat, so they just don't rescue him. I have these nightmares all the time. It is something that really, really scares me because he's like my right arm. Like, me and Nelly are best friends and I don't know what I would do without him. I'm sure over time I would obviously get another cat because I can't live my life without a cat. No cat will ever come close to Nelly. He's literally like a human. It's insane. What would you do if your YouTube career could no longer be your main source of income? That's a good question, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. I would get a singing agent and go to auditions. That's what I would do. I would still make videos because I like documenting my life, but with it not being my full-time job anymore, I would definitely go for singing. What would you do if some of your past friends tried to rekindle a friendship with you? It depends who they are. For the most part, I would talk to them because I think that time heals, and with time people change, and the versions of ourselves like back then might not have got on anymore, but they might get on now. So I think it's always worth giving it a shot. But if I saw any like toxic traits, I would cut them out. What would you do if you met somebody and really knew they were the one and they proposed all in the same day? If I really felt like that person was my soulmate, I think sometimes people do meet people and there's just like an instant click. If that happened to me, I would accept the proposal and just roll with it. I can't really see that happening to me. I'm not that open as a person. Like, I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm very, very closed. So I can't imagine clicking with someone immediately like that. What would you do if you only had £10 left in your bank account? I'd phone my mum because she's in charge of my accounts, and I'd be like, Jane, where's it gone? More in the fact that I know she would never, ever, ever touch my money. So I would be so confused. I'd be like, Mom, what has happened? Where's it gone? But if I only had £10 and I couldn't get my money back, I would be really upset because I'm such a saver, but I would also just work hard and rebuild that, I guess. That's all you can do. What would I do if I fell in love with an American? This is a funny question. Once again, if I was happier with my body, I would like to try and live in America, like in a hotter, I'm gonna sneeze. I've proper got the sneezes today. Is it hay fever season? Because if it is, this girl can tell. Yeah, I would like to try living in a warmer climate at some point of my life. I've always said I would like that to be Australia, because I think America is incredibly dangerous and I would not want to bring my children up in America. Personally, if I had the choice to, I would like it to be England or Canada or Australia. But if I did fall in love with an American and he lived in New York, I'd be like, Nelson, let's go and try living in New York for a bit. I don't think I would be scared of doing that. What would you do if you found out you had an identical twin? I would be the happiest person on the planet because I've always wanted a sister. No offense, George, but I have always wanted a sister. I see people's like sister relationships and I'm like, oh, I wish I had that. What would you do if you found out you were having twins but didn't know who the father was? Controversial, but I don't think you need a father in your life to have a happy life. So if I really didn't know who the dad was, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm raising them on my own. Thank you very much. I'd be so excited. I think there is a big chance that I would have twins. My dad was a twin, and I think it's meant to skip generations or like skip down. So obviously there's my brother and then there's me. So if that's true, I think I'm more likely to have a twin. I don't know. I would love twins. What would you do if you were given a book detailing every aspect of your life until you die? I would burn it. I don't want to know when I die. I really don't. What would you do if you had children that were allergic to cats? I've never thought of this. I was reading these questions with my mum when she was here, and I was like, suddenly I don't want kids. No, I'm kidding. I was allergic to cats. I still am allergic to some breeds of cats. I am totally fine with British short hairs, but when I go home and there's 4 in the house, like Nelly, Pikelet, Bean and Lil, I am a lot stuffier. But when I was younger, we had 3 cats, Buster, Flossie and Fluff, and they all had to live in the garage. It was like turned into a cat garage because I was really allergic to them. And then I found out that I'm okay with British short hairs. If my kids were allergic, I would give them tablets. I don't know what I would do. It depends if I had a cat at the time, because if I didn't have a cat and they were allergic, obviously I wouldn't get one. But if like I had Nelly, there's no way I would give Nelly away. It depends how bad the allergy was, let's put it that way. But I think some pet allergies can be solved with tablets. But if they were really allergic, Nelly would have to go and live with his grandma. What would you do if you woke up to find someone stood at the bottom of the bed staring at you? This is from my friend Gemma. Gemma, please never do that. I actually have, should I admit this? I have a knife under my pillow and I have a baseball bat under my bed because I have had an attempted break-in before and it shook me to the absolute frigging core. So now I literally sleep with weapons. But if I did wake up and someone was stood there, I would try and figure out who it was first, because like, what if it was my mum and she was just sleepwalking from the other room? It really depends what they wanted, because you don't know if they like want to attack you or what they want to do. I don't know, I can't answer that question. What would you do if all the people who were who to you in the past were sitting in a room with you and you couldn't leave? When I was reading these out to mum, I was like, this would be my dream scenario. I have been screwed over by so many people, and honestly, I would love to question them all. I would love them to be sat in front of me right now and be like, right, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? And it would just make my day to get a response if they couldn't leave the room. And those are all the questions that I'm gonna answer today. I really enjoyed filming this. If you have any other Q&A ideas, leave them below, like questions that I could ask or themed Q&As that you would like me to do, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!